Ooh, hello, and thank you for stopping by the Whoa, hello. Let's try that lighting. And thank you for stopping by the Massachusetts Beer Reviews channel of YouTube. I am Thomas Metal 75, back at you again for another Massachusetts Beer Reviews. Today is Massachusetts Beer Reviews of a real Massachusetts beer. I have never heard of this brewing company nor this particular beer. I figured Bumpy Road Brewery. Go subscribe to that guy. Figure one of these days we might do a Vienna Lager. So I found a 4-pack of some Vienna Lagers, or a Vienna Lager I've never even heard of or tried, that I know of. It is from the Wandering Soul Brewing Company, and it is their Past Life, if you can read that. The Past Life Vienna Lager. It is 5.1% alcohol by volume, and I bought this today, 12/6/2020. I think it was 12 and change. I could be wrong. I don't remember or recall. But this was canned on 9/21/2020, so September 21st, 2020, for all you people outside the United States. So this is an interesting one. It's brewed and packaged by Bent Water Brewing Company, which is out of Lynn, Massachusetts, for Wandering Soul Beer, Beverly, Massachusetts, which is on the North Shore, north of Boston part of the state. I don't know. I guess I'm assuming Wandering Soul is more of a gypsy brewery where they find other breweries to do their beers. There's a lot of information on the back of the can, so I won't read the whole thing, but I have the Wandering Soul website, wanderingsoulbeer.com website out, and they say Past Life is a Vienna-style amber lager brewed with Vienna, Munich 2-row, Pilsner, Crystal 60, and chocolate malts. It's brewed with all noble hops, Hallertau, and Saaz, and clocks in at 5.1%. You'll get notes of caramel, biscuit, toffee, some roastiness. The crisp lager finish. This beer is dedicated to the person you used to be in your past life. I guess their origins were in 2017, the Wandering Soul Brewing Company. And they, beyond beer with them, they want to work with local charities to help provide support for others going through the loss of a loved one or stillbirth or anything that's tragically happened with you and your family. And if you know anybody that's experienced a loss or someone that is struggling, you can go straight to the wanderingsoulbeer.com website, click on the contact tab, and tell them all about it. And they want to get your story out there. So very cool stuff. Before I get going, one more time, Vienna style lager, according to craftbeer.com, ranges from reddish to brown in color. The beer is characterized by a malty aroma and light malt sweetness. The malt aroma and flavor should have a noticeable degree of toasty and or slightly roasted malt character. Bitterness is low to medium low, and they're between the 4.5 and the 5.5 range. Cool. I am doing it in this wine glass because I had some wine for dinner, and why dirty another style glass? So let's see. Cheers to Jeremy Vincent. Cheers to Tyler Mansell. And cheers to a newcomer to my recollection, Alpine Gulch. Yeah, cheers. Yay, a lager. Cheers. Correct. Now look at that one. Wow, let's see if I can get a little less light on the subject. That looks better. Very copper colored, very dark copper, kind of burnt orangey look to it. It's got a nice 2-finger head in this glass, and there's real nice looking carbonation, but you cannot really see through the beer. I don't think that's sediment rich, but you can't really see through the beer. Get some more light on the subject. Oh, not new to the channel. Thank you, Alpine Gulch. Thank you for chiming in. Okay, so this beer is a very, very clean malty smell. Nice toasty white bready notes, maybe even like a brown bready, but I'm going to go with white bread toasty notes. There is the caramel and the toffee sweetness to it. I am getting an indiscernible kind of a fruitiness there, but maybe it's more like the apricot, or maybe like a little bit of like a grapefruity note to it. There is a nuttiness to this one as well. And I am perceiving some bitterness on the nose. I'm going to be completely honest about that. But it's got a nice bready, yeasty component to it, mixed with your caramel and toffee malts. So let's give it a try. And clean smelling. What do you know? Let's give this one a try. The Wandering Soul. There is a hair on that one. Woo. Wandering Soul Past Life. Cheers. All right. Up front, you're definitely getting a fruity sort of forward beer like apricot. Like sometimes in IPAs, you get like an apricot preserve, that sort of thing. A really light, orangey, grapefruity kind of taste, but more on the orangey apricot sort of side. More on the fruit jam preserve kind of a fruitiness, not the sweetness, but the fruitiness of those kind of fruit preserves and jams and jellies. Definitely. Nice, toasty, bready caramel and toffee malts, white bready. There's a good amount of bitterness. I would say it's got to be between 30 and 40 IBUs. It's really working extremely nicely to prevent the beer from being very overly sweet. Definitely some biscuity, baking, kind of floury, doughy kind of notes in that one. And then it's pretty dry. There is a little bit of a chewiness to it in the malt department. Yeah, definitely that apricot, almost orangey grapefruit is really mixing with that malt or mixing with that caramel toffee malt really, really, really nicely. It's leaving me in the finish pretty dry, crisp, clean, ultra refreshing, but it's leaving me in the finish with a little bit of like a resiny, oily bite to it. It really, when it dries, you're really getting a lot of resin that's there. So it does have some hop bitterness, and it's certainly rounding out the sweetness. I can tell the sweetness and the malts the whole way through the sip, but then at the very end, the hops are checking those malts and keeping them in balance. Super balanced beer. Maybe if a tad, not much, but maybe if a tad, a little bit on the bitter side. But bitterness is like right at the end when you want the beer to stay well rounded. So that's a pretty cool beer. I think this is a really good offering. I think the from Wandering Soul, I think this Past Life Vienna Lager would be great for fans of the Samuel Adams Boston Lager and the Brooklyn Lager from Brooklyn Brewery, both being Vienna style lagers, both to me being a little bit more on the thin, cleaner side. This is a very, very clean beer, but it's got a lot of fruity overtones that are coming out even bigger than those two major mass market beers. So out of those three, I think I like this one here the most. It's got more fruity complexion and less just straight up like toasty or, yeah, toasty. It's got less of a toastier upfront malt than some of those beers, but this is going down really well. Chewiness. So Alpine Gulch is asking about chewiness. I don't know. Sometimes you feel like when you're drinking a beer, like for something in my brain, it's like it's got a big substantial mouthfeel to it. where I can almost feel like I'm chewing through some of its flavor. If that makes any sense, like if people have had wines or anything like that. But what would I rate this beer? I think it's no less than a 90 out of 100, or you know what? Maybe it's a 92 out of 100. This is really, really, really good. It's that medium towards full bodied, but certainly straight up medium, very crisp, clean, ultra refreshing, all those good things. Yeah, hell yeah on that one. 92. Very surprised. Another winner here from Massachusetts. This is the Wandering Soul Past Life Vienna Lager. Comment down below your thoughts on Vienna Lagers and what you think. Cheers, and until next time, keep tasting those great beers. I say cheers again, and we'll see you soon. Bye.